Yeah? Why would Wainwright Jacobs and Hammerlock, who's... They literally say they're brothers, right?
Interesting.
Name's Clay. I suppose you and I are here to start a Jacobs resistance. Mind telling me who I'm working with?
Clay!
Oh, right. I forgot.
I think we
I'm
crossed
running a
paths once on
completely
June
different build
27
now.
on a smuggling job.
Well, we ain't getting in the front gate. Might know another way. Follow me. Now, in my experience, a resistance needs two things. Hope and guns. But mostly guns. So, we're gonna liberate this
Guy, look at this.
crack open its
He's got
weapons
more
gate.
than parkour. He can
Put
just
Jacob's
float up
guns
Matrix
back
style.
in Jacob's hands. Don't know what Wainwright told you about me, but that
That
don't
jumping
matter.
animation is
We got a
bad.
town to free,
And they should feel bad.
Yep. I don't know how I feel about this build.
How you feel about what?
Still got it. Yeah,
This
come on.
build I was running boundless mags.
Bandits down
Just
there,
to try it
Baldwin.
out. I don't like it as much as Demolition Woman.
That was easy. You just hacked right in here. If you're on my shield, Tyrell, you get extra health regen, reload speed, and gun damage.
Just need something between me and your breath!
I'm not too sure why most of the shots are missing. Damn.
Definitely smart.
Oh yeah, this is the new order, by the way. It just shoots out and this is rapid fire.
Damn, whose fucking build is that?
Oh, that's not a build, that's just my gun.
I'm guessing that's your main.
Yeah. It's the ogre, it's bad.
Oh, cool. As good as it was in Borderlands 1.
Yeah. Shoots out rockets now this time. It's perfect for Moe's. And the Hornet's back too.
Gotta hotwire this bastard. You take care of the riffraff and free a few Jacobs loyalists. Wainwright sent the seal.
So where are you at on this game, Jeremiah? 10 out of 10? About a 6 out of 10? Where are you sitting at?
With the bugs right now, I'm gonna have to give it like a 7 out of 10. But once I pass all the bugs out, it's gonna bump it up to 10.
Those bugs have really bothered you then.
Yeah, those bugs really get on my nerves.
Cool.
Okay. Hornet's good. Hornet's good. Can confirm.
Just like the slower menus and falling through the floor that one time was enough to lower it that much.
There was other stuff too. It's just like off the top of my head, those two really stood out to me.
How you saw this going?
The most like in your face, like, oh well.
Costs more than most things. That's what the brainiacs call philosophy.
I mean, this compared to Anthem at launch, or again join a Destiny raid and getting server disconnected. I don't know. This doesn't seems like just nitpicky stuff right now.
Huh. Said curse claptrap.
Yeah, I still love the game. I still think it's really good. Regardless, because I mean, it's just bugs. They're gonna be able to fix it. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, head on back to the weapons shed. I'm almost
There's no reason to whine
Got
about
the
it.
thick ass bug.
This still ain't
The
cracking.
bug, where's
It's
that?
gotta be fit, man.
Oh yeah, Fitman. My god, your spider aim is fucking evolved.
Oh my
to-
god.
You may not like it, ladies, but this is what
Fucking got
peak
a
performance looks like.
That's my
Oh my
It is,
Jesus, look
skin
at
it's
this
got
thing.
on.
Jeremiah's got the patriotic Mose, which is a bit odd since she's like a fucking Soviet Union Vladov loyalist.
Yeah.
Let's have a nice clean fight.
Meanwhile, I got the retarded bug.
The
His head on
earlier
the
the
ground.
better.
I think the mech is my favorite. Just fucking American.
Oh yeah. This is how we win the war on terrorism. That fucking thing right there.
With a fucking acid flamethrower and some explosive minigun action.
We've needed this the whole time.
I do like how when I'm out of my mech, I have infinite ammo for the first time. That's
Why are you green?
Wait, is there a duel going on? What the fuck?
Apparently so. I see the monocle. That's gotta be Fitman. He's got like a Frankenstein head. It is fucking
Oh yeah, that's
Fitman.
it now.
God damn it, Fit Man.
I'm brave instead.
Why you gotta look like Frankenstein? How did you look like Frankenstein? That's not even your head. Oh, now it is your head. It keeps changing. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, well, I guess there's an objective or something.
Yeah,
Nice work, Vault Hunter.
I guess there's a
Find
story.
that gunsmith
I want to
dog.
congratulate you, Jeremiah. You're officially the first person I've known who
Some
can be both
loyalists
an
and
EA
whatnot.
executive and an IGN reviewer. You gave it the classic
Oh, yeah,
7
definitely.
out of 10, which to me has never meant anything.
I don't
It's
know, I
both
didn't
good
want it to be
and
like-
bad. Okay, so should I buy it?
Smart shooting.
I didn't want to say like, you know, something low, because it's not. It's really, it doesn't deserve anything low, because it's just bugs. They can patch out easy.
That's Dalton's personal cash. But we ain't getting in there
We
without
say
the
that,
master gunsmith.
but being a part of Bethesda's patch cycle, like every patch you come in fixes a little bit, but breaks every fucking thing else.
Don't let me get shot in it.
Language ain't as precise.
I don't know, I have more faith in Gearbox than that. I'm sure they can fix it.
I got faith in this game. I've got a really positive opinion on this game so far. I mean, okay, menus are a little slow, but they're just so small. Like, oh, okay, I have to wait an extra 10 seconds for my menu to load. It's not
Yeah,
even
other
10
than the bugs,
seconds.
I mean, other than that, the gameplay and everything is just really fucking good.
It's the best Borderlands they've made. There's more guns, there's more,
Yeah,
the classes are better. I mean, I can't say on the story, I haven't beat it yet. But it sounded like you were pretty pissed, and Adam was telling me it gets so much worse. What's gonna happen? I need help.
No, I think you already passed the point of the shutdown.
Okay. Last night he was whispering me, thanks for the help, that it gets a much worse. You have beat the game, right?
Did the whole rampager, right?
I mean, frame rate stability would be nice, but again, considering I played Borderlands 1 on the 360, fucking Skyrim on the 360, this ain't shit. This is like, holy shit, modern technology.
Shit.
You can actually play it, and it doesn't dip below 5 frames per second. It doesn't take 35 minutes to load into the city. But I get where you're coming from. If you got a bunch of bugs in a row, like last night, I got pretty pissed. To be fair, I got pretty pissed when I spawned like all the way outside of this boss. Put me back at the beginning of the mansion. I had to run back through the mansion, and they'd already killed the boss by the time I was able to even get there. But little things like that, if they happen all the time, can definitely start to detract from an experience.
Cost a small fortune, which I will earn back by taking a nap.
Yeah, but
Look at this
most of the reviewers anyway, they just played 6 hours, saw a lot of bugs, and you're like, oh.
Oh, Kotaku's was awful. Kotaku's like, oh, it's, you know, it's dated. It just plays like more Borderlands. It's just $60 for more of the same. 6 hours, and you were able to make that inference? Like, that's not even enough to get off fucking Pandora, dude. Of course it's gonna feel like... That's just stupid. Because Destiny 1 doesn't play like Destiny 2, and Division 1 doesn't play like Division 2, and the Gears of War franchise isn't fundamentally still the same Gears of War, and everyone apparently loves 5. I personally wasn't all that... I didn't think 5 was really the Marvel people have been saying it is, from what I've seen so far and experienced so far. It's good. It's more Gears. Gears 4th was really good. I'm not really seeing anything special about Gears 5. Haven't played 4 through its life cycle. I mean, 4 was constantly updated. It got to be really, really good and just full of content. That's... If you compare that to 5, if you played 4 at vanilla, you played it at launch, and then you go and play 5, I can see where you would say that 5 is the Verge said. The infamous Verge who built a PC that would kill you. Say it was spectacular. But if you play 4 through its life cycle, 5 doesn't really feel like it's all that fucking cutting edge. It just feels like it's more Gears. John Ryan.
I only like one thing about Gears 5 really, and it's that playing as Jack. That shit's really fun.
You couldn't hit a cow's arse with a banjo.
Playing as Jack?
Yeah.
In what game?
I got this. My
In Gears 5, it's like a little robot thing you fly around.
Oh, Jack. Okay, I haven't gotten to that part yet. I mean, Gears 5, I'm sure it's really good. 4 was really
More
good.
support style.
I'm not saying that 5 is going to be a bad game, but I think spectacular seems like pretty strong language, especially in the context of some reviewers saying this game is just, oh, it's just more Borderlands. It's fucking generic. How is Gears 5 then not more Gears?
Nice fight. That's the last of them.
Going from Mayhem Mode 3 to this, it's just like, it feels like a fucking cakewalk.
Dear brothers and sisters.
Alright, that was a humble brag.
Mayhem Mode 3, that's
You Mayhem Mode 1? Are you playing on Mayhem Mode 3? What are you doing?
no, me and my buddies were playing on Mayhem Mode 3, getting just levels and all that shit.
Yep.
Levels and loot.
Right.
Mayhem Mode 3 is tough. We tried doing Circle of Slaughter, we get fucking destroyed every time.
So what's Circle of Slaughter like?
It's a lot like Pyro Pete's.
That bandit's got reach.
Is it
That's
good?
basically what it
Is it
is,
worthy
it's
of being part of their
Yeah.
endgame content?
Feels like it. It feels really good fun to play. We haven't really gotten much loot from it because we kept getting shafted on second wave because it's that hard.
That's good. So it's not an Underdome though. It's not fucking super generic, repetitive, non-rewarding.
No.
Good.
No.
I look forward to it. We haven't
Mayhem
experienced
3
takedowns too either.
Makes everything rewarding. Like everything you do in the game is rewarding in Mayhem 3.
Again.
You'll be killing trash mobs and you'll be getting legendaries.
If Borderlands 2 was Game of the Year, 10 out of 10, and then 7 years later they make another Borderlands, and it's even better than 2, and it's the most refined, most complete game that they've ever made, how is this one also not a 9 or a 10 out of 10 for people? I get there's some
Because
bugs,
good
but
opinion.
Borderlands 2 is some bugs, but because of what?
Because truth and good opinions don't sell your articles.
Yeah, that's true too. I'll tell you, it just always changes. Like, Borderlands 2, one of the negative reviewers, some of the negative reviews would always say it's just not deep enough. It's just not, there's a different standard for role-playing games, and you need a lot more complexity. Like, that was the argument made 7 years ago as to the failings of it. And now today, what they say is the failing is that it's just too much, it's just more Borderlands, too generic, lost in time. But my big thing, and I'm going to talk about this in an impressions video, is I was thinking last night, my nephew asked me, like, who I played with in Halo and stuff, and I explained to him, you know, we'd only have 1 or 2 games, you didn't have as many out, you didn't have quite the access that you have today. And so because you only had that 1 game, you just played the shit out of it. So of course you'd end up beating Halo and Legendary. Of course you'd end up beating it on Heroic. And I didn't have Xbox Live or any of that shit back then, so you did just play the 1 game. And I thought, here's a game that, unlike Destiny, I could say I didn't have Xbox Live and shit. I could go to GameStop or wherever, buy this fucking game, play it offline, and imagine the content you could get out of it. Just the base game, just put the CD on, playing offline. Like, if you can put 1,000 hours into Halo offline, Halo 1 on the Xbox, this is a fucking game that you'd be set with. You're gonna keep finding secrets, you're gonna be able to keep farming loot, you're gonna be able to keep getting Guardian rank, keep doing endgame activities, keep building new characters, you could just fill your time with so much stuff in this game, right? Go to the store, buy the CD, you're set. And there's so few games that still do that anymore. And it's such a special thing, and it's so good for the consumer. And to me, it's the biggest point I don't see being argued when reviewers either love this game or hate this game. That this is one of the few fucking games you can still do that on. You can't do that with Destiny. You can't go to the store, put it on, and not have Xbox Live, and not have the internet, and fucking play it. Let alone have shit to do. If you could play it, you could go down to the planet, kill some dregs, oh boy. Yo, Enormous, great! Thanks for being here, buddy. You've opened a portal to the Exodus, but beware, you never know what will come through the gap. With Wave 2 a Circle of Slaughter, well, we'll have to go get leveled up. So we can take it on together and start this endgame stuff.
Back it left, yes.
You can just teleport to the car if you want, though. You go to map and just fast travel to the car that I got outside this gate. Take you right there.
Oh, I can go to a map?
Yep.
Do it? Alright.
Back, then the map, and then stay on the car. Super convenient, and this game is full of that kind of quality of life improvements that you like, little things you don't even think about.
like 3 cars almost.
Yeah, if you had 4 people in here, you could put a fast travel marker on every corner of the map and just go to town.
I think they despawn after a while, actually.
Cars do?
Holy shit. Yeah, I think they do.
I guess 7 out of 10 then.
7 out of 10.
It's just the context. Like, this game is so much better than so many launch day titles anymore. A Destiny or an Anthem that's not even 50% complete at launch. And those games are apparently fucking remarkable. Division 2 got 9s and 10s out the ass. There wasn't even one negative review that I ever saw. And yet this game comes out, is better than all of those titles from what I've been able to tell thus far. And it's like, it's okay. It's got some issues. It's got some bugs. It's got some shit with it. At least it's fucking complete at launch. Holy shit. You paid $60 and you got a full game. You can't say that for most titles anymore. I'm doing good. I came here to say hi. Well, I'm glad to see you. Thanks for coming to say hi, Grape. Thanks for the host. I just jumped around. I don't really know.
I think the sequencing broke because they're supposed to be like, she's supposed to be like, oh, you thought you something, and then people are gonna teleport behind us, but I guess the sequencing got fucked. Because
Do we need to save and quit?
So am I.
we might have to, yeah.
I'll re-invite everybody.
Yeah.
This was an
That's
issue
weird.
in 2 and
Doesn't-
pre-sequel though too. Especially at launch.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's weird though. I guess because you jumped around it, the sequencing got fucked up.
Maybe. It wasn't really doing anything to begin with though. A lot of games
Maybe
struggle with
something
this,
just-
like letting the player explore shit at their own pace and having a bunch of different people on the map all at once, and then the quest marker just like, if you do anything outside, like Red Dead was bad about that.
This motherfucker still riding around with this big ass gun.
Red Dead was terrible about, like, oh, you went slightly off the script with what you were gonna do on this mission, therefore everything's gone to hell, you failed, and everybody hates you. I'm in the damn camp.
Well, next time you'll walk right instead of left.
Yes. I did a thing.
Walk right instead of left.
Well, like, the biggest one was, there was this guy who was on a horse and he was dead. Oh, he wasn't dead, he was, like, really hurt. He's like, oh, and he fell off the horse. So
Oh,
I
I
put him on the
remember.
back. Yeah, you were there for that. Exactly, you were there for that. And he, like, okay, so he fell off the horse, like, okay, let's get him to a town. Maybe there's a doctor. You know, the player was, like, using some freedom, thinking for themselves, which in an open world game like Elder Scrolls, you completely imagine you'll be able to do. Put him on the back of the horse, rode the horse for, it's Red Dead Redemption, so it takes about it's all real time. It takes 3 hours to get into town. You ride into town, watching the cinematic camera. Got into town, everyone's like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, he's a murderer! Everybody starts running, and then you got the cops after you, and they'll never give up. Then you have a $3,000 bounty on your head. The game just wasn't willing to, like, give you any leeway in that. You brought a dead body in, therefore you're a criminal. And I just expect, I always am like really, really pleasantly surprised when a game is able to adjust for the player's actions. I always thought Elder Scrolls was pretty good about that. Even with all its bugs, sometimes you'd be surprised by what it knew. Like, oh, you've been killing vampires lately, have you? Damn wretched monsters. Or you'd get vampirism. Be like, get out of town, you fucking scoundrel. Which stuff's impressive. And it makes the game feel more immersive. But when Red Dead Redemption, apparently the fucking god game, you know, this is a game where there was like no detractors.
Better leave before you get hurt.
It was a masterpiece.
You know, it was really fucking buggy at launch.
It
Too,
was,
let's
it
be
was
honest.
still buggy when we played it too. Like,
Yeah.
come on. And it was apparently a god dang masterpiece. But I'll tell you, Red Dead Redemption is basically an on-the-rails shooter. It's there for you to
There's, like,
experience a
some
90-hour
weird
story.
double standard. I don't understand how
They'll be
it
singing
really
songs
works,
about
but
that
there's,
one.
Like, journalists hate certain games, but fucking love other games. I don't understand. Like, what, like, a game could be really fucking good, have bugs, you're like, oh, fuck it, it's garbage. A game could also be really good, have bugs, oh, fuck it, it's garbage. What the fuck do I spell? What the hell?
Well, they review within a certain standard. It's like Borderlands 1 became more of a cult
Yeah,
hit.
that's what I'm saying. Like, we're kind of stuck here.
I'm gonna fast travel. Oh, we're all in here. You know, here I am trying to argue, play devil's advocate for bugs, and look at what has happened. Alright, well the good thing is we can fast travel from anywhere, anytime. So I'm gonna fast travel to that fast travel station way out there.
What if we leave the area, come back? Like go to Sanctuary, come back.
If this doesn't work, then that's what we'll do next, yeah. I went to this fast travel location, we'll see if it works. Oh wait, there we go, they're talking.
Yeah.
I jumped over it and just killed the guys.
Yeah, sure. But because I
Footman
want
and I
to,
are just
not
standing here
because you
waiting.
asked.
Whatever, just do it already.
I don't know, sometimes reviewers, I do know,
I got
reviewers
people
sometimes
throwing
make
dynamite at
really
me,
good
you know.
points, and I'm fine with that, and I think that does help everybody, but
I'm throwing my
it's
grenades over, maybe they'll help it.
it's the whole, like, Batman trope, where the reviewers start, like, some guy comes out with a review, and then you start seeing them repeat themselves, and that shit always looks shady and questionable.
What the fuck is this?
You feel like Batman.
Hold on,
You
right
feel
here?
like Batman. You feel like Batman. And the thing with this game is every other reviewer is saying exactly the same fucking thing. No, very few people are saying things unique, except for, I hate to say it, the one negative review on PC Gamer. At least he's saying his own point. I can respect that.
Take a look around.
But everybody's saying, oh, it's just more Borderlands.
Light off for a nice van.
If you play a game and you put a lot of time into it, you're going to come away with your own point of view on it. There's going to be some consensus in how it is, how it plays, and how it works. But you're at the same time going to be able to at least put one unique thought to it. And when it starts to run like that, you just think, these people aren't playing the game. They're doing, like, the bare minimum and then reading other reviews and then putting their shit on there because you got to get K1 clicks. When people repeat themselves. I just hate it when the game's media forms an opinion and then that becomes basically the default mode of thinking. And then once that becomes the default mode of thinking, it enters into the whole media buzz landscape, and then that just becomes what that game is. So you get a game like Anthem. I'll be a devil's advocate for Anthem. I think it's got a lot of strengths. It's got a lot of weaknesses, but it has strengths too. That game was a victim of the media buzz cycle. People started shooting. I'm just trying to get to the marker. Can you guide me?
Yes, this is way. It's like right here. It's over there. You gotta go up these stairs.
Up them stairs.
Where we were.
I'm stuck.
What,
Where you
across
were
that
at first.
Across that bridge?
No, like right here. Turn to your left. Turn left. Left. Yeah. Right here.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
You know, and it became that it's just a mess. It wasn't a complete mess. I got some legs for you
Hey,
guys.
you guys can fast travel to the car now.
Astrid,
Alright.
what do you mean? I see you're level 50, dude. GG. Holy shit.
Wagner, why were you saying what the fuck is that? Was that when you talking about my grenade, the whole electric shit?
Find anything, Vault Hunter?
It was like an ice storm.
An ice storm? That's probably Fitman.
Idea?
Mine is just a bunch of fucking electricity.
Fortunately, it'll be
Yeah, I saw that. That was actually cool. But then there's like an ice storm, and like everything went white. And I was just like,
Reaper! Ashton's a Marine. He's really good at games. Great team-based games. He's going hard as hell on Borderlands 3. You should check him out. He's level 50 already.
Wait, where's the car?
In front of this thing, but
shit,
now
where'd
what's this to
these
move
go?
again? Did you beat the story, Ashton?
I guess it's dead. Yeah, I guess the car is dead.
Yeah.
I think it's you, Jeremiah. I was having like no fucking bugs till you came in here. Get him out. Get him out. This was the old days we get a lead pipe out and beat him in the back of the head. Get him out. Okay, I guess I just fast travel this thing. Yeah. We gotta go to Lumberhold. Is Lumberhold outside of this area? You are terrifying, Fit Man. That eyeball
No,
dangling out.
it's in the same area.
Oh, legendary's my
Is
bad.
there I have a bandit technical we could just all use, and then we can all travel together.
Use your mail system if it's cramming your inventory up.
No, I'm talking about the car bandit.
I was talking to
The
Ashton.
Truck.
Well, are these enemies? Oh, no, it's Kyle.
He's legendary.
Suppose I'll take that. So you found me some
Let's make some roadkill, amigo.
1/8 of the way through TVHM. Man, you're killing it. What do you think of the story then? Were you happy with it? Alright, Jeremiah, you just take this fucking car. Fine, be that way. Is this 4-seater?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
four-seater.
Alright, get us there, Jeremiah. We're all gonna trust in you.
put that much into it.
Oh, we're off to a good start.
Off to a great start. Listen, in my defense, this thing can barely fit through that small asshole, alright?
That's what she said.
Oh, we are off to a great start. That's what that's alright, but man.
Alright, I'm pulling the map out.
I
I think the blue thing is water. Alright, you're doing good. Just turn left up here. Turn left, there you go. Just keep going straight. Now what's weird is this... No, actually, you need to go back. My bad. This is strange. It's the whole area is disconnected. There's no land connection to this area. There's no... Look at the... Someone else look at the map with me. See if you see a land connection, because I see none.
Yeah. It's like level city.
Go back now. Yeah, it probably would. Yeah, it is up here. Because it's lumber hole when there's a bunch of fucking
There is
wood
no
here.
actual connection.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a ladder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come here, girl.
I do like how climbing ladders is much faster now.
Oh, you can jump?
Yeah,
That's
it
cool.
is.
Fight on through there and
Yeah,
find
you
a
can
way
jump
up
up
to those
ladders.
shipping
Oh, nice.
cranes. There must be a loading dock up there somewhere.
I mean, yeah, you get, as they continue to patch this and refine it and optimize and fix the bugs, like, then you start to just really get to enjoy the quality of life changes. That's when it's really going to shine. That big-ass spider ant is terrifying. If I was the children of the vault, I would run away.
Yeah.
I would not fuck with that thing. I'd say, alright, it's been a good run. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
It's been a good run.
I'm not going to die to that thing. I'm not even going to try to fight that thing. It's huge. That thing's a dinosaur.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's awesome?
Going in for the jog!
The gun, I just realized the secondary move. It tracks bullets
Oh, that's cool.
to it. So like, I fire this thing.
Oh, Atlas
I
ones?
missed
Yeah.
it.
I've got an Atlas RPG.
I didn't ask what you had. I was just saying how cool my gun was. So.
Fitman, I'll have you know, out of pure fear, I continue to shoot your spider ant. I know it's a friend, but I just, Jesus.
Scared.
It's like you've
Can't
made,
risk it.
Is my spider okay?
yeah, your spider's cool. Like, you can tell that's friendly.
Awesome.
That thing feels like if it got hungry during the winter, it could eat us all, no problem. So better kill it while we still
Somebody
can.
having a big dog.
It's like Godzilla, like, it's your friend right now, but if he chooses not to be your friend, you're fucked still.
Goodbye, that.
Jesus, this girl's got juice. She needs an NFL contract too. I liked it. I'm hurt though. Okay. I'll remember that. I mean, definitely, I can see why Maya would hurt you. It hurt us all. She still should have been able to fight back.
Did you shoot that? Wait, what's going on? Who's fighting?
I kind of wish you could turn dueling off when you're like, Again, Fitman with this? Alright.
I also really
You
like
challenged
the
me.
system.
Well, it's too late for you. Finally Actually, can I kill this fucking spider ant? I'm gonna do this for humanity, Fitman. It's important. God damn you, Godzilla. You'll be the end of us all.
Holy shit, that fucked you up. What's the special thing about this spider?
She gets, what is it, health regen and damage reduction?
No, I mean like when you're attacking me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was old school. That was like you and I were playing Unreal Tournament back in 2004. Just keep hopping.
Right. Like that it's not, the duels actually seem like a fight instead of before it just seemed like whoever got the first good shot out.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, cheers.
Throws underground,
I gotta
and they're
say-
just killing corrosive.
I think my favorite grenade type is that. Oh,
I like when a gun has an alternate fire, like a noob tube, that you can use it, then it flips right immediately back instead of trying to reload that to a machine gun. I feel just that smooth transition.
Shit.
Quite a few up
Is she
there.
bigger than a tink?
Now you may be on your way to a hellhole of a prison island, but that don't mean
Yeah, it
you
looks like,
can't
I think she is.
You're a spider ant?
You know? You'll have to excuse Ty.
I think she is, yeah.
Your spider ant's
Yeah.
almost as big as my dick, and that's saying something.
When we were
Not
growing
quite.
up, our
We'll see on
parents never let her out of their sight.
You know that social thing where people's achievements pop up? I do, yeah, I do have that social thing.
Then our mom
See how they
died.
left the
It's
people
on
with the
low,
spiders?
though.
That one's sorta tiring.
What they do to the spiders?
Oh, wait, you could put it on.
Oh, hey, you're on. Nice, holy shit.
Never said it, but he saw Tyrene as a monster.
Well, damn it, I was 24 hours away from giving that to you instead of Tyrell. Well, so if you would have told me yesterday you were going for it.
What that old turd
That's cool,
didn't
man.
catch
GG.
is that
Welcome to the
these
party.
days,
Glad to have you in here, Will. So, be excited to see what you think and excited to play together. So the game must have sold you a little bit, because I know you were holding off.
once you jump, you better be ready for a fight.
Okay, so we shouldn't have been able to ever get in here. How did we manage that?
No.
That's
That's a great question. That's what I was wondering.
I just kept jumping over the walls, and I was able to lurch up there and vault in there. It's weird. It wasn't that difficult.
Oh, I feel sorry for him.
It sounds incredible.
I don't know how
Glad to hear that, Will. So.
You got in, but this is the second time where, as having progressed farther in the story, it seems like he spawns me at a respawn point.
Oh,
You don't have?
Well, that's strange.
I can't get you up there.
I think that's
I'll
might
be
be
able to get up, I think.
A new chapter in the saga. Try and get through this.
So you're way away from this outfit, man?
No, before when you said how did we even get in there, I don't know how you like parkoured your way up there, but when I died, I teleported and respawned in there.
In there.
And then remember at Jacob's when we teleported down underneath like the exit and we had to run all the way back to the mansion?
Yeah.
That was further in the story respawn point. So I think that might just be a bug.
Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds like a good point.
Let's see if my knife isn't.
Am I allowed to? Did they change the weapons to scale for me? Like if you were to give me a gun, will it level down to me?
No.
No, it won't.
You're gonna get drops that you
How much iridium do you have?
Some, I don't know.
As soon as you pop one, you'll see
How do
one
I
of them
put-
pop out. Oops, shouldn't have put that down there. Maybe we got fire damage or something. It's weird that acid doesn't do anything to oil.
Spider bat.
Glad to have you in the Borderlands family here, though, Will. So it's gonna be fun. I hope you're gonna enjoy it.
Probably should swap. I missed the quick swap.
If you're, yeah, I miss quick swap as well, especially with how important elements are now. And then a TVHM, you know, it's gonna be worse. All those reductions and buffs and so forth. If you're still here, Ashton, what would you rate the game right now if you had to score it right now between 1 and 10?
One for me.
Is that a gun or a grenade? Who's just that fucking bouncing and saying how? It's been a minute since I took a loot tank.
They are the jabbers in this map, though. Beef jabbers or whatever.
It's been real, Vault Thief. Anointed.
Oh shit, Mudlock the Anointed.
That shield reflects all your damage.
Oh, that's shitty.
Watch out, Hunter.
That's just fucking.
I'm trying to.
It's all good. It's all good.
Damn reload, I hate that. I wanted to prioritize revives, not reloads.
Get Get him, Spider-Man.
That guy is having a real bad day at the office with all 4 of us shooting down on him. That's a fucking terrible day, yep. Oh, then he nukes the world.
Damn, I tried to fucking make out.
God damn, he is nuking the world.
Tyrell!
Thank you.
Go on without me, soldier. Generally, though, when the respawn system works, the respawns are really well done. They're usually always in a convenient place. Oh god, this nuke thing is bad. Dude, it just, you gotta get up. The floor is lava with this fucker.
Why is he a nuke? There we go.
He's doing his ultimate.
Damn fine song. Sometimes you gotta take lives to save.
Please gonna be a new Vault Hunter.
But damn it, now figure out how to get Dalton
You
out
think
of
they're
there.
actually gonna go through with the whole, like, no new Vault Hunters?
We'll see. I think a lot's in the air right now, depending on how the game continues to sell and critically gets received. I think they gave themselves a backdoor to say, well, the game didn't do super. A year of content, we're good, moving on to the next thing. At the same time, they could easily say, okay, it's sold great, people fucking love it, year 2, we're getting new Vault Hunters, we're gonna add even more content, we're gonna keep going. Which way do you think it's trending towards, Jeremiah? Is it trending towards this is another Overwatch-like game, Gearbox can financially support it a long time? Or is this trending towards probably Battleborn year of content, wash your hands of it?
I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna be able to support it.
Yeah, it seems that way so far, right?
Like, there's a lot. Like they said on PC, there's more players than ever playing Borderlands 2.
So that Randy was saying, like, this is the high Gearbox record, more players, and today they apparently hit another new record. So
What the hell?
it's just gonna be that long-term thing, whether if it stays at 85
They
on
just give me an
Metacritic.
achievement called Florida Man.
You kill yourself with your own grenade?
Florida man.
I meleeed a barrel.
Oh,
Count it though.
if you kill yourself by your own explosion, get that achievement.
I want to see a Gearbox for once do a proper year 2, year 3 of content. They have yet to do that. The Headhunter packs were a sort of, tepid approach to year 2 content. Obviously, they had to they washed their hands of Battleborn. They're not calling this a live service, but especially doing events. Keep doing events. Keep supporting it. I think the numbers have got to be good. What is there, like 150,000 people watching Borderlands 3 on Twitch right now? It's not quite.
Let's see. 58.8k right now.
Ready
Okay.
for a fight?
I know Saturday it was up in the 100,000, so it's not quite World of Warcraft, granted. World of Warcraft was 1 million viewers. I know Asmongold is still like the king. You're driving fit, man. But it's still pretty damn
We should
good.
just fast travel.
Where is it?
Because we should just fast travel. He's not confident in his driving.
Fuck,
No,
where's
this
this?
is just right by one.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it is?
Some of us plan out our route before we start driving. Pro tip, okay?
I just go where the wind takes me. We'll end up there eventually, one day.
I think that's what you guys just said is the ultimate philosophical question as to whether we're going to see a year 2 content pass or not when this game comes. As we come through the year, is this just been elaborately planned and they're already set? They're kind of like, that's the plan. Or are they just going to go where the wind takes them and if they can support it, they can do it?
That's a good question.
Oh, irregular customers. Cupcake Indoor Bar, which is reopened. People are thirsty. I love the way they did the bounty boards in Eden 6. Like, that's really cool. Actually seeing the contract
So
like that.
that's just
But Apollo and Artemis got a taste
Guaranteed.
for my signature cocktails
don't
and
even
went
want it.
ape shit when I cut them off.
I got it again,
Started
too.
flinging their
That's
crap
awesome.
all over the bar. After I
Oh, no,
kicked
it's
them
not
out,
for
they wrecked the
Moe's.
generator and we
Moe's
lost
needs to
power.
let off and explosions and shit.
Oh, true.
I gotta say,
I
the thing I like about this
I got
build
good
from
use out of
Moe's, I like that I can sprint and shoot.
How's that been good? Looks like those echo casting idiots are having a little family spat. Splitting their followers into teams and making them kill each other for sport. And if both sides lose,
Damn, how fast is my ammo regen?
Listen to this while you head toward the campsite.
And if you take out my competitor's signs, I'll cut you some slack on the time. That all right?
Legendary. Is this that box, dude? I've seen everybody who's been streaming on Twitch get a fucking this rifle. Is it good?
I liked it a lot.
Depends on the character.
Okay.
For those, you don't really want it. For Flak and Zane, probably. Maybe Amara, because it has melee damage, I think, on it, right?
Yeah, it has melee. It's just pretty reliable.
Alright, well.
I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it. Ain't for me.
First I'm gonna put on all greens though, because I said I would. I wanna see how they're doing.
A handy trick.
Can we fast travel to Hangar? Yeah. I do like that fast travel from the minimap. I really do like that.
What the hell is the artifact slot still locked up? I thought we got unlocked that yesterday.
You get that. No, you get the artifact slot later on in the story.
Oh. Because we fought this big anointed berserker guy yesterday and it looked like it was unlocked.
I don't remember exactly when. I don't think you unlock it there. I think you unlock it after the second vault you open.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right. That's such a good fight.
But it's really... Yeah, it really is. But the relics are really cool in this game. I really like them.
Yeah, they definitely add that customization you were hoping for.
Yeah, like when you slide, you could shoot forward buzz saws and shit like that.
Right.
Well, you combine that with everything else, and you got a lot of depth there.
Yeah.
You combine that with anointed loot, you combine that with class mods, you combine that with your build, with your shield, and then you have an artifact. That's a lot of diversity you could have in your builds. What's going on with Spider-Man, Tyrell?
Huh?
You say Spider-Man?
No, that's what I call my animal. His name is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, nice. Alright, I got nothing but greens on. I'm gonna see how these hold up at this point.
Good show, Vault Hunter. You certainly gave those bandits a walloping. Walloping! Love that word. Gonna use it. Walloping.
I'm gonna use that. I'm glad they kept the humor in.
I got that damn record contraption working. Let's find out where the vault is.
That's another complaint. Apparently people are saying that the humor is like not as good as 2.
Yeah, I haven't noticed that. Have you?
No, seems perfectly fine to me.
It seems like they've avoided making any kind of like, you know, political points. Which,
Yeah.
considering you want to have a game that lasts like 10 years, that's good, because that shit tends to become really, like, if you made a game in the 90s and you're like, isn't Bill Clinton an asshole? Like, that's not going to hit anymore. He hasn't been in office for 30 years.
Only a matter of time.
So you should, I think, like, as a general rule, especially in video games, just try to avoid that. You got to make it, like, humor that's generally funny across time. So the jokes still hit in 2030.
Boy, the Jacob's tree has stood for centuries.
Family tree. So these two are boyfriends?
Pa, I'll
Yeah.
never forget your last words.
Okay.
Damn, nation! Gut rots chewing through me like pig.
So that explains why I was trying to give him the emotional advice about, like, he's just the man to lead Jacobs.
That's enough. Now, family jewel is my father's.
Oh yes, this is the mission. I love this mission.
Long after his death. Go find the jewel, Vault Hunter.
You'll see why.
My father's cryptic message is
Okay.
anything to go by. There ought to be a key
This is a
wrapped
great
around
one.
the boy.
That Spider-Man is still
Meanwhile,
fucking
Alistair
scary.
and I will investigate the other.
It is intense.
Do you have the Ravenous skin
Into
fit, man?
untamed
You should equip the Ravenous
I'm
skin and see
envious,
how it
Vault
looks
Hunter.
like.
Gotta get back to work once.
I'll check if I do.
Sup, show toads? Having fun slumming it in paradise?
Wait, where
Let
did
us
it
know when
go?
you've got
Just
that vault
despawn.
open, will ya?
Oh, you
It
swapped to the
was
monkey.
super nice to have my dinner waiting for me last time, you know?
Look at that big ass shotgun.
Later, Grendel Humpers.
They get it, Troy.
What makes someone turn bandit?
All that jabber with that hairdo and that skin color is just really hideous. That is. Whew.
Oh my god.
Tyrell, have you seen how to reskin your weapons? And add trinkets and shit to them?
No, I do not know how to do that.
Alright, so if you press back, go to your Echo Cast, and then you inspect your gun, you can change the skin color in there. There's also challenges in there, and like the gun parts and shit. And then if you press left on your D-pad, you can go into the trinkets.
Man, the legendary skins that they have for your weapons look really nice.
Do they?
Yeah, where are you? Look at my Hornet.
Oh yeah, that does look nice. What is that, like a galaxy skin?
Yeah, it's like an animated galaxy skin that moves.
That's cool. I like the rainbow skin on that assault rifle too. Dude, the amount of customization they put in this game is ridiculous. They really, again, this is a game. Imagine it, if you couldn't patch it, you would still be set. If it was like Halo back in the day, I didn't have Xbox Live or whatever. Anyone else who had that experience, you can go back a generation if you need that experience. The cartridge needed to be able to stand on its own 2 feet. You couldn't do a day one patch. You couldn't have a living game. So it had to be ready when you launched it. And this is a game, even with some bugs, if you're a kid who plays offline, I mean, the trinkets are kind of meh. Even with them being meh, you could get so many hours of content out of this game, and you could, all while never hooking it up to Xbox Live or the internet or anything. You would actually be set. It's just so rare anymore. It's too rare. It should still be the standard, in my opinion. Because there's a lot of people who don't have internet still. There's a lot of people who can't afford Xbox Live. You should still be able to go to the damn store, if gaming's your hobby, and buy a complete game that doesn't... Like that poor kid who came in here and bought fucking Destiny. Like, swear to God, I said it as a meme, and he had bought Destiny Vanilla for the Xbox 360 from GameStop. What is he going to do with that? How is he going to play it? They stopped supporting it. There's no patches. There's no events. They didn't get a patch post-Taken King. That game has got to run like dog shit, and there's not even anything for you to do if you don't have Xbox Live, and if they're not supporting the live service game. And that's like the ultimate, right? Is if you get a live service. There's so many people arguing, oh, this isn't a live service, there isn't a live service. That's perfect, because when they stop supporting a live service game, the game dies. And that's it. Ripperonis. You leased it, you got your 2,000 hours in there, they got your money, but you don't really own the character.
Yeah.
I can click the telly if you want. Yeah, please do. But I kind of interrupted you there. My bad, Jeremiah. What were you going to say about that?
I forgot. I'll be real honest with you. I lost my train of thought.
I want to know how GameStop even morally or ethically justifies that. It says, yeah, we'll sell you Destiny 1.
Maybe they just don't expect anybody to actually fucking waste their money on it.
It shouldn't even be on the damn shelves, in my opinion, though. Like, they should have taken it off. He bought it for $2. For $2, you can go to GameStop, you can buy vanilla Destiny. So no, you don't have the Dark Below, you don't have Pack of Wolves, you don't have Taken King. That game was so bad at launch. You can't do Vault of Glass.
Wait, so you could actually buy the base edition?
You can
like,
still buy the base edition. So say you plug that in. If that kid didn't have internet, he's already done. So it's an always online game. But if he did, he's going to have that like 6-hour install period where not only installs on the game, but then it has to have all these files transferred from their server. Alright, so he goes through all that, and then what you're going to get is an extremely generic story where you go and you kill bullet spongy enemies through this thing that doesn't make sense. And remember, as you try to make sense to it, it will be explained to you in the way that it's explained to you through this. I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain. You've awoken the hive! That wizard came from the moon. That's what you're going to know. And sure, the fighting will feel good, and you'll get to drive a sparrow a little bit, and then you'll be done. I think it's like 12 story missions. It's really short. Destiny 1 Vanilla is really short. You still won't be at the level cap. But once you hit the level cap, how do they even translate that? Because if you don't have Taken King, you don't get the light level system. So I guess you're just permanently at the level cap but not actually able to hit it, because the way they did that was through Vault of Glass. In order to hit level 30, you had to have the full Vault of Glass set. I think your level cap would be 20. And then from there, what you could do, I guess, is get some of the Grimoire. and try to collect some blues and maybe a purple engram if you're lucky. You wouldn't have access to Xur. God, I don't know how you would play it. It would just be a really, really bad generic shooter. I mean, it would be a good mechanical shooter, but story-wise, content-wise, it would be like... There's hardly any game to compare it to because it would be such a fucking weird mutant. It would just be a really bad FPS that tells a short, choppy, shitty story.
Oh, shit.
Poor kid. He's like, should I return it? Dude, I mean... How are we supposed to answer that? It's $2. Like, you're really gonna fucking go to GameStop and be like, can I get my $2 back? He did, but... This kid must be playing with a $3 budget. But it's those kids, though, like, the $3 budget and a $2 return, I think is really... not realistic. But for those kids that do get one game a year, are playing on the original, you know, PS4 or their Xbox One, don't have Xbox Live, like the poorer kids who just don't have a big budget for gaming and aren't fucking spoiled soccer mom V-Buck kids, they deserve to have a full game. If they're gonna go spend it, I was one of those kids. Some of you in here are one of those kids. You only got 1 or 2 a year, and the game needed to fucking be good. Either way, you were stuck with that game. One time I got stuck with Dinotopia. Some of you might remember Dinotopia. It was an ABC made-for-television movie, and it had a tie-in game, which was actually okay, but it was about 5 hours, and it was $60. That was my game. That was my game for the next 8 months. You know, it's like they've lost sight. It's like the whole thing with Diablo. Like, do you guys not have phones? Some people don't have a fucking smartphone. A lot of people have a track phone. Smartphones are fucking expensive, let alone with a plan and a contract. So no, not everybody has a fucking phone, or the ability to sit there and be on your phone for 8 hours a day. And that's why these games that are always online, live service bullshit are, I think they're really almost operating on a caste system. They expect you at a minimum to be prepared. Like Destiny expects you to be able to pay $150 a year to keep playing it. You're gonna buy the 2 fucking expansions for $50, $60 a year. Well, it's even more now. They got the season pass. Excuse me, they have a battle pass.
Letting you do the work.
How they were able to implement a fucking battle pass into a full AAA title. They did it. What's crazy though is, you know, you're gonna see a battle, and the battle's gonna be good. It's gonna be good on the level that both games in the end could be good and could become better for us players, but it could be bad in the sense that Destiny could win. Come October 1st, Shadowkeep will come out. Some people are gonna move away from this, and there's gonna be some people who say, oh, it's too technically flawed, it's too buggy. I hate Randy Pitchford, I hate the Epic Game Store. And they're gonna go and they're gonna keep playing Destiny. They're gonna turn a complete blind eye to all the malicious business practices and on that front, to the point where you have 2, you know, corporations suing the ass off one another. And we're just gonna say at least it's not Borderlands 3. There's dividing lines are being drawn. I'm most curious. Do you follow Gathalion Baru? Oh, Baru. Yes. I mean Jeremiah. Sorry.
Yeah, I do. I just started watching him.
I'll be curious to see what direction he heads. I'm sure he's gonna play Destiny, but I think it's gonna be tougher to become a content creator who goes hard into both. Especially since every game anymore is telling you basically, if you really want to play it, you need to fucking get your life in order, because we have a big end game for you.
You gotta get your life in order.
Could you imagine just trying to be a casual and playing the end game on Monster Hunter? There's no way to be a casual and be a Monster Hunter player. Apparently it takes 650 hours to hit really proper end game in Destiny 2 at this point. It's a true grind game.
Over here, in the ratty ass stuffed plushie.
Come
pick me up.
Fucking iced tea.
Is this your default physical state?
Look at me. Default physical state.
Why are you looking for the family jewel?
It's still funny how they got fucking iced tea to be in the game.
The streaming's ruined me. I can't even, like, I'm not even paying attention to the damn content. I'm just ready to produce some fucking debating content. These screens are doing fine, though.
Yeah.
Granted, I got a full team behind
Good
me.
sign, man.
Yeah, it is a good sign. I will
Maybe
say,
it's all the legendaries.
Destiny's defense, like, that's something Destiny does really well, actually. Is you can, like, play, because you only get the one exotic you can tinker with, the purples and the blues still tend to be useful and have some purpose. In PvP at the very least. Like, oh, that's got a really interesting set of rules on it. Not Destiny 2 at launch, but, you know, Destiny 1 at the end and now Destiny 2 in its current state have both got that thing. It's an interesting rule. Try that out.
Now that I got you, taking back the jewels gonna be no problem. Genevieve's locked
Oh, why did I do that?
but I know
What is going on? Oh,
It's supposed to be done at point
rashes.
blank.
that's it. The hatch is open. That vault key
I
fragment
mean, here in Ice-T, Ice-T is like fucking, he was a hardcore gangster rapper, and he started being in like rated G movies and like kids movies, and totally became like middle-class America sweetheart. It was a strange transition, but that's business for him.
Didn't I install you in a kid's toy and toss you out with
He was in like Grown Ups and like Kindergarten Dad,
I got a friend now.
Fluffy the dinosaur.
I know you got it in the
No, he's a fucking
Oh, sorry.
robot
That's
inside of a
so
stuffed animal.
Aurelia said if I brought it back,
He's
her,
still a
she'd buy me
cop
friend
on what,
So I'm gonna do
NYPD Blue or
Not if we
this
get
was
it first.
Dun Dun.
We're coming for that fragment.
NCIS.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh, come on in.
Fucking
What you gonna do?
one of
Navigate me
those.
to death?
Law and Order.
Law and Order, there we go.
I
That's
can
it.
do more than navigate.
I'm surprised they used this Rose skin as much as they did. I was kind of hoping they would use the AI from pre-sequel's voice actor again. She was pretty believable as a pissed off computer. What was her name?
Oh, God damn it. I know he's
Sydney?
Skipper, but originally
Yeah,
it was
and
Skipper,
changed
but
it.
they changed it to Felicity. There we go.
Yeah, Felicity. And she becomes the constructor factory for all the Hyperion robots.
Who's navigating, Felix?
Yeah.
You took
I really like that part, that twist.
Storyline.
Yeah, she had a good story. I like that voice actor too. I kind of want to hear her right now instead of Rose. Oh, we're supposed to hate Rose. Okay, good. I'm okay with this. Shut up, bitch. You shoved me in a teddy bear. This is a Darkmere story, though. Darkmere's got an episode where the character's mom is shoved in a fucking teddy bear. It was being used as like an alternative form of punishment. And if you were really sick and gonna die, they would upload your consciousness. You could choose to have your consciousness uploaded in a teddy bear. It's fucking really dark and sad. It's a great story. This was straight up a dark episode of Black Mirror. Yeah, Black Mirror for sure. That's a great episode.
I gotta start watching Black Mirror. I hear good things about it.
It's really good. I haven't been up to date since that season though. They made like a movie and a whole other season, but it's really good. It's all wrote by the same guy too. It's definitely the closest thing to a modern day Twilight Zone. What was rending the whole time? Just everything. Pearl Harbor, JFK, Al Capone.
Oh shit!
Any day now we're gonna get the ranked mode in season 2. Damn, it's coming. It's coming. In a moment. Yeah, these screens are doing fine. Especially these dull SMGs have been super solid.
Yeah, I've come to really like
SMGs
it.
just
There's one legendary that I personally would never touch.
What's the attraction with dull? I haven't been, I mean not dull, but Atlas. I haven't really been able to figure them out.
Well, the thing about Atlas
Oh,
is
now I'm
that
opening
if
this
you
one
press
for
down the
you.
D-pad, they'll
Now,
have
I'm just a
seeking
heartless
darts
combat
or
AI, but
grenades
I'm
or
not
shit
sure
like
it's
that,
harder to navigate.
and they will lock on to any target that you hit.
With my route. That's messed up.
So it's basically just hold right trigger from there on out.
Let's
It's
improvise. Hot
brain
word,
dead
that's
simple
the
to
thing,
use
right?
them, plus they do
Grab
good
those
damage.
wires.
Like I have a Atlas RPG called what's the name of it again? Rose Heaven or some shit like that.
Oh crap. That's not how it
Ow.
works in an echo show.
Ow. What?
That robot's picking me up.
Well, I'm still dying.
I was dead. I couldn't pick you up.
I just.
I was looking at you. Where'd you
Vegna
teabag me last time?
I was teabagging while rezzing though. In my defense. Ruby's
Slave
rap
title. Business, you know.
says no one can escape.
Learning the art of the clip.
Yeah, you target an area with like rocket launchers tend to have like grenades with them, so you target an area with that, and then with this one it shoots like a fucking barrage of just rockets that seek up to their target.
Well, that's interesting. Adam was like, that's his favorite manufacturer so far. He's telling me how much he loved Atlas and they're sick, and I just haven't found one that I really liked yet. Do the smart bullets take away from your aim?
Yeah, they just backboard.
Everyone's shooting
There's
it,
no point
and we're supposed to punch them.
Oh god. At least you're